with his fingers. Oh, singing my life with his words. Killing me softly with his song. Killing me softly with his song. Telling my whole life with his words. Killing me softly with his song.
Was that your invitation to Lauryn Hill to come on?
Yeah, there you go. You could probably sing it a hell of a lot better than me, without doubt. So,
you sounded great, man, as usual.
What up, man? Welcome to On That Note, folks. As you can see, it's just me. And this episode is basically a recap of what we've done thus far. Brian, I think we have, 11 hosts? Oh, 11 guests, rather?
We've had about 16 or 17.
About 16, but 11 that we've aired thus far.
Yeah, yep.
And we have a few more in the can. Can't wait for you guys to see it. It gets better and better and better with each episode. And it's been a lot of fun for me personally because it's, you would think that after 33 years of being in the spotlight, or rather in front of a camera and on stages and things like that, that there was certain attributes that would have been established. But this is a totally different arena. And I realized that. And a lot of people at first were probably wondering, well, what the hell is he doing? Like, why doesn't he have a microphone singing my favorite song? Where's the other guys? What the hell is this? Like, I'm not used to this algorithm. Like, it's fucking up the matrix or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But these are things that I've always had the ambition to do. It's something I've always wanted to do outside of being a performer, being a singer, which is definitely a part of me. To express oneself as an individual in the group sometimes can be misinterpreted. And it can be looked at as, blasphemy to some.
Yeah.
And it's fine. And I understood that. I guess getting older and understanding the patterns of humans, you tend to figure out what they're going to do before they even do it. So a lot of that didn't really bother me much. It was just more so just actually having the soapbox provided to do it. And alongside my partner, who, is saw the vision, saw what I wanted to do, and helped make it come to fruition is a blessing for me. And here we are, 11 episodes in and many more to go. And it's been a great thing for me. Apparently it's been great for you guys because we've been getting nothing but great feedback and nothing but positive affirmations that we're doing something right. And that's the beautiful thing about this whole podcast, that it started off with a bang. And that's that's what you want for any type of idea that you embark on. You want it to start on a good foot. And even though the journey is still very long and there's a lot of things for us to do and a lot of goals that we set for ourselves to ensure that this is a successful platform, because there's millions of podcasts out here, millions, literal millions. And being in that type of ecosystem, you can get lost in the shuffle. But this is the cool thing about On That Note, that I believe that even amidst all of these great ideas and great podcasts, some of which I'm a fan of and that I watch or listen to, that somehow we found a niche. And a lot of it is because the intentions were pure. It didn't have any preset notion to hey, we're going to make a bunch of money and we're going to, get this sponsor and we're going to get this ad revenue and blah, 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 blah.
Not that we don't want that.
No, not that we don't want it, but it's one of those things where it was done with the right intention. So those things are automatic.
Yeah.
They're going to happen. I always refer a lot of movements in my life to my own life, to my own career. We were just four guys that, as the song said, wanted to sing.
Yeah.
That was it. And occasionally get a cute little girl in Philly. You know what I'm saying? Occasionally. Yeah. We sang for the girls. And that was good enough for us.
And 33 years later, it still works.
Yeah. And the reason why I think it works is because even now, with all the business that is Boyz II Men is its own entity. And it's become a brand of its own that I'm proud of, that I helped build. It's still fun. I still enjoy it. I still enjoy going on the road with these guys. And we still are making memories even after 33 years. So
I love that.
So this is just another, I guess you could say, branch on the tree.
Yeah.
Not distancing myself from my group. I can't. And this is what I try to explain to people. Like when I do something individually, or when Nathan does something individually, or when Wanye does something individually, it's not that they're trying to distance themselves from the group. We all help build it. It's ours. So I can't leave what's mine.
Yeah.
So we're grown men, and we have ideas, and we have thoughts and aspirations that we're mature enough to understand that they are even beyond the realm of the group. And we respect that with one another. And I think that's the biggest thing with what we do. Like, it's the respect of giving each other the space that we need, yet supporting each other. Case in point, I had a charity event that I threw for Autism Awareness Month. As you can see, this is a shirt that was given to me by my frat brothers, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated, where gave me this really cool, colorful shirt representing the cause, man. Autism awareness.
And the young boy in the front, does that represent somebody specifically, or is it just a character in general?
It's just a character in general, but let's say it represents my son when he was about, maybe 7. Because he kind of looks like him. It could be my kid.
Looking kid.
Yeah, good looking kid.
You got the fresh Nikes on, the J's.
Hey, if anybody know my son Micah, everybody know that he stay dipped. His mother keeps him fresh. So yeah, this definitely looks like something he would rock. You know what I mean? So, but this kid represents all kids that will eventually turn into adults with autism. And my wife and I are strong advocates of it. And our foundation, Micah's Voice, alongside my good friend Rampton, who also has a foundation that represented that night as well, got some friends together on a private event and raised a lot of money for these respective causes. And to all those who attended, thank you. Thank you very much for your presence. Thank you for the support. And thank you for the money, because it will definitely be put to good use. So, but this is an ongoing thing. So I say all this to say my guys were there and they came in support. I got on stage with my other good friend, Kenny Babyface Edmonds, and my other good friend, Mr. Joe Coy. And we all got on stage and we acted a fool for a couple of hours and we raised some money, and some good money. So shout out to everybody that came: Bobby Brown, Chris Paul, Martin Lawrence, Matt Barnes, so many people that showed up, and we appreciate that love and support. So I say all this to say that these are individual endeavors that has nothing to do with the group. These are just life things that when the call goes out, we just show up. And that's what friends do. That's what family does. That's what brothers do. But again, I digress. This has been fun. This has been great for me. This has been therapeutic for me. This has been a great allowance for me to have conversations with legends, some of which are my heroes, and dare I say it, some of which are my friends. You know, make no mistake, I've been in this a while, but I'm still a fan at the end of the day. And I still love certain people's attributes to the industry, their respective industry. And to have the guests that I've had on thus far has been an absolute blessing. And again, this is all about relationships. I call, they say yes, they pull up. We talk, we laugh, we shared a moment that we in turn shared with all of you. This is what On That Note is all about. It's not an interview. I don't look at these moments as interviews. These are conversations. So when you, and we'll get into this, Brian, because Brian's behind the mic, the camera.
I know I told you all I retired.
Yeah.
But I had to come out of retirement for one day. I'm like Michael Jordan. I'm wearing 45 today.
There you go. He's wearing his 45 jersey. He's got the J's on. So
yeah, got the J's on.
But yeah, we read some of the comments, and not necessarily just to get to hear what people are saying about it, because I've understood just by doing this pod for a month and a half that there are going to be people that are just going to say shit, and there are going to be people that are just going to sound off and get mad, or for whatever the reason. I don't even know why. Like it's very strange. Like people, there's a lot of miserable people in the world, and we don't focus on that. But again, we welcome them because, hey, it's a free country. You can say whatever you want to say. It's fine.
So with that said, Shawn, what has been the most, so we got this podcast, right? What has been the thing that you expected the most and least expected the most about having your own podcast?
I expected basically what I mentioned. Like, I'm an empath by nature. I can't help it, which is why a lot of times I'll read some stuff and then I'll just get off it because I don't want that energy to permeate onto me. But I knew that there would be some smart aleck, you know, or a person just saying goofy shit. And that's fine. Again, that's totally fine, guys. Keep saying the goofy shit, because the great thing about that is that within those crass comments is engagement. So that's great. It's very cool. Like say what you need to say. Just keep watching. You know what I'm saying? So I've learned how to make lemons and turn them into lemonade, which is good for me. Again, it's good for me because at first I used to not understand that this is just part of the matrix. So I accept it now as it being just what it is. But so that I expected. What I didn't expect, honestly, is the reactions so far. It's been so positive. I just came back from the Kentucky Derby. And when I say I've had from celebrities to just locals in the city tap me on the shoulder and say, bro, I love the podcast. Yo, bro, like no bullshit. Like, yo, bro, I love that pod, dude. Yeah. I love watching it. That means we're striking a chord. Yeah. That means that people are actually watching it. Like there are people that are actually checking it out and enjoying it and seeing other IG pages with hundreds of thousands of followers taking pieces of our podcast and putting it on theirs as well. So that, again, the engagement is there. Now, the funny part about that, and this is kind of the weird part to me, because again, I'm still somewhat of an innocent. So I would think that, okay, you're doing that, so just hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, spread the love, that whole thing. Yeah. I've noticed that there are a lot of people that are watching it, but they're not engaging with it. They're not supporting it. They're not, and maybe it's because they're not getting anything monetary out of it. I don't know. But it's the same thing with, what's funny is the same thing with the guitar, right? I would post certain things sometimes about, you know, with me playing the guitar, whatever, random shit, you know, me, whatever. And I would have industry peers come up to me, say, yo, bro, you killing it on the guitar. You don't even follow me.
Yeah.
But
How do you know?
How do you know? So it's one of those things where I've learned that, I guess with most things, that there are a lot of people that watch from a distance.
That's okay.
And observe from a distance.
That's okay, Shawn. That's
it's
life,
great.
right? That's how life works sometimes.
But this was confirmation for me.
Yeah.
That first it was the guitar thing, and then it was this podcast. And again, this is just what, a month and a half old? Something like that? 2 months?
We barely touched 2 months.
Yeah.
As far as being live, right?
Yeah. And it's been great. Yeah. It's been great, man. So
I mean, when we're doing stuff on this show that hasn't been done with shows that have been out 2 years.
You're right.
3 years, even longer, maybe ever, right?
Right.
So it's
right.
It's fun stuff. You came out the gate hot with some Fugees and Lauryn Hill. So shout out to them and Lil Wyclef.
But yeah,
he needs more matcha.
Yeah, there you go.
So with that said, who are some of the guests that we haven't had on that is on your bucket list that you'd be excited to have on, and maybe this is their calling to finally step up and come out?
I would love to have Eddie Murphy. I would love to have Lauryn Hill on. I mean, I know she's kind of a unicorn.
So give us a top 5. Because you do top 5s with all your guests. So here's a top 5 for you. So
okay,
Eddie, Lauryn.
I'm going to go real left. I'm going to go real left.
Okay.
Put this down. Oh, this is shout out to my man, Brandon Soriano and Yamaha. Thank you very much for the beautiful guitar. I've been using it quite a bit. Eddie, Lauryn, only a few people may notice guy's name if you're a fish head, but Trey Anastasio. He is the lead guitar player for a jam band called Fish.
It was like an old,
they're like
90s,
the Grateful Dead.
Was it like a 90s band? Or was
I mean, no, they came out in the
that?
80s. They came out in the 80s.
Okay, yeah.
And they've been around for a while. But they
it was like a punk rock band.
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
I don't think somebody completely different.
It's how can I describe it? It's like rock folk. Like super dope though. Like, I mean, I'm a guitar guy, so I gravitate to guitar players that I like. And Trey would be an amazing guest for me to just talk to and just learn and understand his background, because I'm such a fan. So to all the Fish fans out there, make sure y'all show this to Trey. Shout out to Paul at Languedoc Guitars too, who makes his stuff. So Trey,
Lauryn, Eddie. You got 2.
Samuel Jackson. I'd love to have Sam.
Sam. I mean, you can't go wrong with Sam Jackson. I mean, he's an icon.
Yeah, like these are people that I and again, just a little context. I picked the certain people based off of conversation. I think they'll just have great conversational pieces. They'll have stories that people can glean and really see them in a different light. That's, again, a nod to what this podcast presents. It's not your typical ask the same hot take question, nothing controversial. We don't do that here. Because one, I'm an artist myself, and I love to know that being in a podcast or something with cameras on, there's still somewhat of a safe space. Not to mention, I got to see these people on the street. Yeah. So it's like, I don't want no smoke.
But that's the thing, Shawn. I think that's why we make such a perfect pair. I think we both have that positive. There's so much negative in this world already. Change the game sports and what we do at any of our shows, we will never lean into negativity and gossip and drama. So if you watch Byron Scott's Fast Break, you're never going to see that there. You watch anything that we do, like there's enough pages and media covering negative. Yeah. We're going to try to be a little light in this world. Yeah. And amongst all the darkness.
Yeah, it really is. There's a lot of, if you want to subscribe to negativity, there's no end. Just turn on your phone. Yeah. But we want to be different. And last one.
You got one more. You got Sam, Trey, Lauryn, Eddie.
Let me think about this. I want to do the obvious.
While you're thinking about that, I think the elephant in the room that I see a lot of comments is, when is Boyz II Men coming on as a group?
Oh, they're coming on. They'll be on. Like we're busy guys, and they're in different places. They live in different places. We're not conjoined twins, unfortunately, and we're not connected all the time. So
it's not that they don't want to come on.
No. It's not that they don't want to come on. It's just they have lives too.
Yeah.
Like Juan lives where he lives. Nate lives where he lives, and we're all in different parts of the country. So, and getting here to LA where we shoot sometimes gets a little hard. And because we go so hard on the road, a lot of times, like me, when I'm off the road, I want to go home. So we have to respect that. And we do respect that, with one another. So they wouldn't be on my top 5 because they're already coming. Don't worry about it. It's just all a matter of time. They'll be on.
That show is essentially going to turn into a concert because I'm going to make sure that the fans get what they're looking for.
Yeah, I mean,
30 minutes of you guys talking and 58 hours of you guys singing.
That's where you're going to lose them because they go like, yo, they're like, no. And I would even say, listen, if you want a concert, come to our show. We'll be in Vegas in August for 4 nights at the Cosmo. I think, we did Hollywood Bowl last year and we sold that out 3 times. Thank you.
Shout out to that. That's not easy to do.
Yeah, we did it. We did it thrice. So that was a beautiful thing. And you may see us on a tour somewhere in the United States. Who knows? Just stay tuned because contrary to, and here's another reason why I want to bring Trey from Fish on, right? A lot of people may not know who he is, right? Just type it in. PHISH. Just go on YouTube. They sell out everywhere. You may not know who they are. They're not on the radio. They're not social media darlings or anything like that. But when they open up an amphitheater of 20,000 people or 15,000 people in an arena or whatever, or even a stadium, they show up. And dare I say that I look at my group Boyz II Men, or I hope to look at them in the same light as Fish. Like, you don't have to be in the know or in the popular crowd to sell out venues. Again, we sold out Hollywood Bowl. Like, no song on the radio, no video out, no controversy, nothing.
Just timeless, great
Just timeless music.
Yeah.
I believe that through God's grace, we are becoming that standard, that gold standard, and in a way of saying you don't have to do all of the antics. You don't have to do anything controversial or weird or be in some debacle or whatever to gain people's attention and still draw crowds. We still do it.
I got a question, kind of random, because you just made me think of it. What's your favorite song to perform? When you're on stage, what's the one that you're like, I can't wait to get to this one?
I would say Bended Knee because it's normally in the front end of the show, and the energy is still high because people are still excited that we made it.
Mm-hmm.
So when we break out into that record, everybody's singing it.
Did you see the TikTok? You guys had like a whole TikTok.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah.
What do you think when you see you guys trend? I mean, TikTok is essentially all 90s trending all the time.
Yeah.
But when you see yourself trending with audio from one of your records on Bended Knee being this one, what does that make you feel like? Do you smile? Do you just go, what? These kids don't know about this?
That we did something right.
Yeah.
We did something right. Like, we might have done a lot of things wrong, but we did that right. When you connect with people on a personal level where you don't have to do anything but hit play,
mm-hmm.
and people join in because whether they know the faces or not, they know the music.
Yeah.
That's what we do this for.
Yeah.
And that's what every artist does this for. Like, I don't care what anybody says. Like, I don't care how real people try to keep it. In the world of commercial art, you want your art to be shared throughout the planet. And I can proudly say that me and my guys have done that, and done it in a way where it still humbles me to this day.
Mm.
We're I don't know when this is going to air, but probably by the time you see this, I would have completed an Asian tour of Japan, Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, Indonesia, and maybe a couple other places. And there you have it. That's cool. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
To know that you can go outside of your realm that you're used to and communicate musically with people you would have never dreamt of meeting, whose native language is not yours.
They love you.
Yet somehow we've connected
from
miles apart. Again, I don't care what any artist says. I don't care what any of you guys say. We all want that. If you signed your name on a contract to record your vocals, your goal should be anyway to have the type of music that touches as many human beings as possible.
Was there any places you guys went to that you were actually surprised they knew your music? I mean, you think of like these bigger countries, Europe and Japan and China, right? Makes sense.
Moscow.
Putin loves you guys.
Putin invited us.
Really?
Yeah.
When was this?
This was about 7 years ago.
Wow. And you felt safe?
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't have gone. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah. I mean, it was,
some of those you got to turn down.
I ain't got no problems with Putin.
No, I'm just
and
saying.
Putin ain't got no problems with us. So
I'm just saying, you know.
No. It was one of those things where
it's like going to North Korea. I'm not going.
Oh, we went there too, so to speak.
You guys are just...
I'll explain that. But
okay.
Putin, I guess, was concerned about the Russian population going down.
Really?
Yeah. So he said, let me invite Boyz II Men.
Make some babies.
To play some romantic music. Hopefully get everybody's libidos working.
I love that.
So we can make some more Russians. And we said, sure. And we performed at a place, I think it was like 5,000 Russians. Came out, had a great time.
Was that really his reason?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
You can look it up.
It
was a headline.
That's hilarious.
Putin invites Boyz II Men to help replenish the population of the country. And we went. And we sang I'll Make Love to You. And there's a lot of couples in the room and hopefully a lot of love making after that. And
that's great.
That's why I went. So as far as North Korea, to be fair, to be technical, we visited the South Korean DMZ, which is the demilitarization zone, the line that separates South from North.
Okay.
We were in the area where we can look across and see North Korea, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's this building where you see the soldiers.
Okay.
And they saw us, and you saw a bunch of them coming out, and they're staring. They're trying to figure out who are these black kids, right? And on our side were these soldiers. They're called Rock Ready. Shout out to the Rock Ready soldiers. You guys are very brave. Where it's cool because they're standing halfway behind the building where half of their body's exposed.
Okay.
So in case some gunfire pops off, they can quickly duck. But that's how they guard the line. Half body exposed, right? There's a building that's right smack in the middle of the border. One half is on North Korea's side, the other half's on South Korea's side. That is the only time South and North has conversations, is in that room. They stay on their side, South Korea stays on their side, they have their discussions, whatever they talk about, and they go to their respective ways. We were allowed to go in that room.
Wow.
Right? And in that room, the microphones are always on. So we crossed over to that side, to North Korea, and sang for them. They heard it.
So within this room where it splits down the middle and you have the two sides, you guys crossed over to the North Korea.
That's the only way we can get to North Korea.
You weren't at all scared, nervous, nothing? No part of you?
No.
Wow.
Because guess what? If it was going to go down at that point, I'd have been dead anyway.
You don't care.
And that's very, very, very honest. If North Korea decided to attack that night, it would have been bye-bye, baby.
Is that the most interesting moment you've had in your career?
One of them.
Yeah.
One of them, yeah.
So you probably talked about two of them, right? Russia, North Korea.
Yeah.
What's the third? We're just going to do top fives and top threes all day.
Yeah, sure. Let's see. We were in China. We were performing in front of the Great Wall. It got late. And basically, when we were performing, the Chinese soldiers who spoke no English uttered something in Chinese. Our interpreters was basically saying, you guys got to shut the show down. It got too late, or they will start doing stuff. And I'll just leave it at that.
Wow.
It was like, okay, thank you, bye.
Yeah.
So we just hopped in our van and kept it moving. So
grab your stuff, you're
yeah,
out.
I mean, you run into those things sometimes. And here's what people don't understand is that music and politics are very closely related.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people may not understand that. And a lot of ignorant people that, again, I've seen on comments, why don't you just shut up and sing? Well, there's a lot of great activists that were singers.
I don't understand why people say that.
Again, there are a lot of miserable people in the world. And a lot of ignorant ones too. A lot of people, if this current status that we're in doesn't show that ignorance is abound,
yeah, true.
I can't help you.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of incidences where we had to make political decisions based off of where we were at and just the climate itself. We didn't want to say the wrong thing, or we didn't want to support the wrong thing, considering where we're at, or else it might have been a hard time for us to get out of that country or whatever. And again, this is where the human side comes in, because out of everybody in the group, I think I'm the most political. Like I read and, follow news things, and not saying that they don't, but I think I'm a little more vocal about how I feel about certain things. And there's some things that even I have to kind of fall back for the sake of the group and my family and me wanting to get home. There's certain things that I have to kind of like say, okay, I'll be cool. I hate this shit, but I'm gonna be all right. I'm a chill for the greater good of my health, my safety.
Yeah. And sometimes, sometimes it's what you don't say that's and it's okay. I mean, at the end of the day, you're just trying to figure everything out like everybody else is, right? So
we're all human.
You're human, So when they say shut up and sing, it's like, that's not all I do. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm still a person. I still have my own opinions of things. I still read.
And not to mention to some of those guys, let's keep it all the way buck. If you want to be a smart ass, I pay more taxes than you.
That's a good point. That's a good point. All right, let's go back to let's finish your top five.
Okay, cool.
Who did we get? Number 5.
Keanu Reeves.
Oh, we were just talking about Keanu Reeves. Yeah, we'll have to get him on.
Keanu Reeves. He's a musician.
Yeah, big time. Loves music.
He's a good bass player.
Yeah.
And he's one of my favorite actors.
He's John Wick.
Yeah, he's John Wick. and he's one of my favorite people. I don't know him.
Yeah.
But just seeing the things that he's done for other people.
Yeah.
That's the spirits I like to be around. That's the energy I like to kind of like take a piece of and put into my own system.
So we had Chris Lofton on Byron's podcast. Chris he's in Power Book, 50 Cent's TV series.
Which character?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't watch a lot of TV. But if
Sorry,
you,
Chris, I'm
You
sure
would
I've
know
seen,
him if
because
you
I
would-
know
yeah.
the show. I just don't know your name.
you would
personally.
know him if you saw him.
Mhm.
But he was in a movie with Keanu Reeves called Hardball, the baseball film
yeah,
back in the early 2000s. Michael B. Jordan got his break in that film as
Mhm.
well. And he was saying that Keanu Reeves was like the coolest dude ever. And he had gone
Chris
through like a
lost
really,
it.
he'd gone through, I think his girlfriend or fiance died during the filming
Yeah,
of the movie.
that's crazy.
And that he was still like the sweetest guy. He was taking pictures with all the kids, telling them stories. He just said nothing but good things about him. He was just like, man, he was the coolest dude. So you have Sam Jackson, Keanu Reeves, Trey,
I know Chris.
Lauryn Hill,
Yeah.
and Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, Eddie Murphy. All interesting people. And for the most part, all unicorns. You don't hear a lot from them.
Mm.
So, and the interviews that you do see is,
Can I throw in a sixth?
yeah.
Because he commented, but we never actually reached him. The Rock.
Yeah, The Rock. I mean,
Dwayne Johnson, where you at?
yeah, Dwayne. The fact that, again, he saw a clip of one of our episodes and he enjoyed it. That says a lot.
And to take the time to leave a comment.
And took the time to leave a comment. That says a lot about what we're doing, man.
Yeah.
Impact is being made.
Yeah.
And that's the great thing. And again, I'm looking forward so much to the future of where this will go and the people that we'll encounter. So, and again, this is not just geared to just singers, as you guys have noticed. This is athletes, actors, whoever. And again, that's another difference. I think being a musician, a lot of people tend to focus just on musicians or music industry people, opposed to our interests spread out throughout the whole gambit of human beings. As a matter of fact, here's one that I want to do eventually, and I can't take credit because someone actually suggested this, is the fans. To actually have a few fans on the show and sit down, let them go through their stories, talk about the music that they listen to, why they listen to it, what matters to them, as it correlates with their life and music. And I think that in itself would be interesting.
So as I'm sitting here and we're recording this shows the impact of what we're doing. So I'm sitting here multitasking because it's what I have to do. So I got an email from Spotify just now, and they've reached out and said, hey, we want you guys to come to New York to the Spotify studios to do a live session with us. And they'll cross it over to all their platforms.
And there it is.
You know, that doesn't happen often at all, that they're reaching out. And
Spotify's been watching.
Listen,
Thank you, Spotify.
Shawn, kudos to you, man. You're doing a fantastic job. I'm happy to be your partner and your brother on this. And
Thank you.
I'm super proud of you and the passion that you have for this, because that's what it takes. You know,
Yeah.
The last thing you can do is motivate the people around you. They either are motivated or they're not. They either want to make it successful or they don't.
Yeah.
You know, you can't cheat the grind. You can't cheat the work. It's got to be there. So
For sure.
as we're sitting here getting that email is fulfilling because it says that we're doing the right thing and we're doing a good job doing the right thing.
That's great. So let's
guess
hit
we're
them
going
back.
to New York.
Yeah, let's hit them back. let's figure out when we can make that happen, and we'll make it happen.
Yeah.
And again, Spotify, thank you. Thank you for allowing us to be on your platform and allowing us to express ourselves this way. We will make that meeting happen very soon.
We'll be in New York.
For sure. We'll be in New York.
I mean,
The
Shawn,
weather's nice now.
after Japan.
After Japan, of course. But yeah, we'll pull up.
So where do you hope, now that we've done this for 2 months, where do you want to go in the next 12 months? Where do you see this going? What do you think the opportunities, what does it look like for Shawn? Where do you hope for us to be? All that good stuff.
Well, speaking from the business side of my brain concerning this pod, just doing what we're doing. Just feeding people this concept and this idea. I think it takes a year or two for businesses to actually turn around.
Yeah.
So keep doing what we're doing. Keep bringing guests on. Keep making people engage. keep asking the right questions that we've been asking. Keep making it fun and interesting and bright.
Yeah.
And after 12 years, I think from that point, hopefully the sky's the limit. Like
12
as far
months,
as
12
like,
months.
yeah, God willing, you know, hopefully things will present, opportunities will present itself because we would have built enough brickwork
Mhm.
for people to say, hey, ideas will be coming to us.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you create something. It's the build it and they will come concept. Where when you build something beautiful and when you create something of substance, humans can't help but to be drawn to it. And this is what we're doing, brick by brick, putting every piece in place. And again, me understanding that this is a new world for me because I have never been a podcaster until now. Understanding more of the business, understanding more of what makes the business run, and then pragmatically applying what it takes to make this a solid thing. Because who knows how long the concept of podcast will last? It might turn into something else. So,
Well, we've seen it evolve, Shawn. People don't understand podcasting was an audio platform only.
right?
Until very, very, very recently,
Yeah,
the last couple of years, where now video has probably surpassed, which is why you see all the pods now
Correct.
filming their shows because content is king, right? So you need social clips, you need YouTube shorts, you need that instant gratification for people who don't have time to listen into an entire show. They still want that 1 minute or 60, 70 seconds of entertainment or information or whatever. So I think the constant evolution, but I think the one misconception I think about podcast and why a lot of people lose is they don't understand it's still a production.
right.
And I think that's the misconception of podcasting is that, oh, I'm important. I have something to say.
Yeah,
But it's like filming a TV show or a movie. You have to have a beginning, a middle, and an end.
correct.
You have to have production value and quality. You have to have great audio. You have to have great guests, great questions. Someone like yourself who has the temperament to sit in front of a microphone and have something important to say and say it in a way where people are interested.
Yeah,
You know?
and that's it, I guess. Like to be able to take on that note to another stage, I think will naturally evolve into that, like where it'll go from here to something else, and I guess by osmosis, it'll just turn into what will be the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like we will have the ability to, and the resources and the people to see things that we don't even see.
Yeah.
Where we're able to go, okay, let's take this and do that.
Yeah.
So to always, with any business, you always want to be on the forefront of what's next, the new.
Yeah.
And this situation, this engagement is so fly that there's no end.
Yep.
You know, people at the end of the day, when you think of it, whether it's a book, whether it's a autobiography, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a talk show, whatever, people love to hear stories. That will never change, no matter how modernized or more technologically savvy we might become. The art of the story is always king.
Yeah.
Just like how I feel about music. There's a lot of great singers in the world, and there's a lot of professionally, technically sound singers in the world. But melody is king.
Yep.
The most simple, easy to remember, hard to forget song will always win.
Yep.
You know how we all know this? This is proof. You know it. I ain't even got to sing the words.
I need you to come over and sing My Little One.
I'm just saying. Like, melody is king. The most simple, ingestible thing will always be a necessity. And I think we struck a chord with this because it's the conversations, it's the engagement, the human side of this podcast that I believe is making it successful. And by the way, again, you really don't.
When Shawn says, by the way, something just irritated him.
No. You know, it's one of those things where, again, I read the comments and stuff like that, and you hear like, well, he's talking too much. He's talking too much. Will you just shut up and let the guest talk? I do. Like, what the fuck you want me to do? Like, just be a mime? Like, you know what I mean? Like, well, that's one. And then two, it's not an interview. We don't do interviews here. These are conversations. And in conversations, there's reciprocity. I speak, they listen. They speak, I listen. It's a talk. So it's not an interview. So if you're looking for an interview, watch Access Hollywood.
Right.
This is a conversation. And the guests that I'm having on, we're having a talk. You just happen to be privy to the conversation. This is the whole idea of it.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't what people may consider in the traditional sense of I'm asking questions and stuff like that. There's a million podcasts for that. You go there. But it's a reason why we sit in chairs or couches instead of a desk. This is nothing formal. This is just two people who respect each other enough to at least be in the same room to kick it.
Mm-hmm.
This is a kick it session. And you guys are the voyeurs. And that's pretty much how this goes. So again, understand what this is and then make your comment.
Well, I think as they start to, because the format is a little different than what they're probably used to.
Mm-hmm.
So I think, even for me, right? Like I'm off camera talking to you, right? Mm-hmm. So it's a little informal, a little maybe different for them. So I think as they get used to, and that's what makes us different. We're not trying to be like any other show out there. We're trying to be us. And this is what works for us. And like you said, you're having a conversation with your friends who are sitting across from you. And you guys are just talking about good times and family and what they're interested in and how they became themselves.
And the truth is people are going to say what they're going to say. And again, I welcome it.
Yeah.
I welcome it. That means that you guys are watching.
Mm-hmm.
And the truth is, there's inspiration behind that too. Because even though someone says, stop talking too much, I did take that advice.
Yeah.
Even in the midst of that, I was like, okay, maybe I am talking too much. So let me kind of.
There can be some truth behind comments.
Yeah. So with that, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's the connotations behind it that makes it irritable. But I get it. I hear you guys loud and clear. And again, this is still a new concept. So there's certain things that we will tweak and certain things that we'll get better at. I'll get better. I promise. Like this is something that, again, this is still new to me. So I'll get better. And it brings another idea too. I mean, Spotify mentioned it, but I look at, on that note, being an on the road show.
I love that.
Because then we can extend the Shawn songs segment based on the guests, have a band maybe, and have a part of the show where after the interview and the conversation, excuse me, not the interview, but the conversations that we have, that guest, me included, will sit, I'll play guitar, I'll play piano, whatever, and that person will sing, even if they're not singers.
Can you play the keys, Shawn?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, I think that'd be fun. Can you imagine Samuel Jackson singing "My Girl" or
that'd be great.
An old R&B old school joint? Because I know he loves R&B music.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's definitely a thing because lives are big now. Like YouTube Live, that platform they've created is major. A lot of big brands and companies have gone to that. So that's something that's on the radar already. But I think a little touring thing, like a 7 to 10 city mini tour of On That Note would be great. I mean, there's so many venues out there. An intimate venue, like a small 500-seat theater.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be, a massive stadium. I mean, that'd be cool too. But just something real intimate where the fans or the audience gets an opportunity to really be a part of what you're doing and what you've created.
That's it.
And we, go to Philadelphia. We go to New York. We go to Atlanta and Chicago, some of these bigger cities that have a taste for it. So
that's it. Be dope.
With that being said, what's Shawn's song going to be about today? What are you in the mood for today? What's been on your Apple or Spotify playlist lately? What you been jamming to?
Bro, I don't know. Let me see.
You know who else I want to have on? Kool and the Gang.
That'd be super dope.
Cool.
You know they are the most sampled band in history. Like they have
Kool and the Gang would be.
People have sampled Kool and the Gang more than any other artist.
You know what's the top 5 song for me, Shawn? Cherish. Kool and the Gang. That's top 5 for me.
Wait, oh shit.
Yeah. Great song.
Yeah. Let's see. Just off the cuff.
Yeah.
I didn't. I had to learn it though real quick. So there you go. I listen. I'm winging it, guys. I
think when we created this segment, that was the whole beauty behind it. It was supposed to be podcast-y, if that's even a freaking word. It was supposed to be kind of off the cuff and just having fun, a jam session.
Yeah.
This wasn't supposed to be super polished with a 10-piece band and and all that. It was supposed to be just like this, acoustic guitar, just having fun.
And shout out to everybody who were good sports enough to actually do it. Because I won't lie, like when Brian suggested this, like I didn't want to do it because me being an artist, I didn't want to intrude because a lot of artists come in, people ask them to sing all the time. So I didn't want it to be like a thing where, oh, this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? So my voice is messed up, you know what I mean? And yet and still people were gracious enough to entertain the idea. So to those who actually sang, and from Faith to Skylar to Johnny to Paula, like, thank you. Thank you for just doing that, because that's a cool look. And not just for the show, but for you guys too. Like people really enjoy you guys' voices. So to hear it as raw as it is in this show, there's no auto-tune, there's no preparation. Nope. There's none of that. It's just literally me and a guitar and just trying to figure out some chords as I just did. Like I didn't play any of those songs before in my life. I just kind of winged it. So to do that for us, and I mean us, meaning the people here and the people who are watching or listening, I thank you, because again, I know how that goes sometimes. The last thing you want to do is sing. So even that is your job, but I get it.
Well, I think the cool thing is like you said, it's the environment that they're in, number one. Number two, and I think it's become slowly our identity to end every show is, Shawn's songs. And, I think it's a really interesting thing that nobody else is doing. And I think, it's the first time that a podcast has done what you're doing.
Yeah, man. So again, thank you for making this whole thing very special. For me personally, again, I'm not going to lie about this. This is special for me. I'm getting off on this because, again, I get a chance to ask my good friends and heroes and legends and people that I've respected and watched from afar or close, questions that I've always wanted to ask them. It's a cool thing for me. So to all the guests, past, present, and future,
thank you.
Thank you. I thank you so much.
So, and on that note, we're going to let Shawn kind of just jam out, and that's how we'll end the episode today.
Yep.
Appreciate you all tuning in. And
sunshine, she's gone. It's not warm when she's away. No sunshine when she's gone. This house just ain't a home. Anytime she goes away.
Bill Withers.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, that's it. On that note, this has been Shawn Stockman. I'm going to take some time to get the pick out of this guitar that fell. And thank you very much, Brian. Thank you. Please stay tuned. There's going to be bigger and better things happening for this particular show. We thank all of those people who have supported thus far. Thank you for dealing with the quirks and the mistakes and the gradual nuances of growing. Again, we will get better. Thanks to you. Thanks for your support and your suggestions and your comments. Please keep supporting. Keep supporting CTG and their podcast as well. And again, we thank you so much for just providing a platform for me to do something I never expected to do, but fell in love with it. I guess that's what love does, right? Love is when you least expect it. True love, anyway. So
before you finish, I want to thank you too for trusting in me and what we do and believing in it, because it takes, that's what love is too, right?
Right.
Just taking a leap of faith.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what you did, and that's what I did. So I appreciate you, and you've been a great partner, and I'm blessed to call you not just a business partner, but a friend. I got a lot of love for you and your family. Your wife is amazing.
Thank you.
Your whole family. You're just a good, what I call a good human.
Thank you.
Like at your core, right? You just have a good heart. You care about people, and it's hard in this world these days because
it is.
A lot of people are just very selfish and self-centered. So
yeah,
I love you, Shawn. You're my dude, and I'll let you finish what you were saying. But I had to give you your flowers for a second too. Though.
I appreciate you. I was just gonna say thanks, and we'll see you next time. Keep subscribing, keep supporting, keep liking, and to all those who have watched the previous episodes, tell a friend. Those who haven't seen it yet, check it out. And again, hopefully these ideas that we were talking about will come to fruition. Already Spotify is shouting at us, so that's a beautiful thing. So we're going to talk about this off camera right now. And then yeah, man, appreciate all of you lovely human beings. Love you so much. And yeah, we'll speak soon. Peace. God bless. Hey, y'all, and that was On That Note. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, here's a couple more videos for you to check out. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe.